Assalamu alaikum. I'm Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on personality psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 21. In this 21st lecture, we will be beginning with a very interesting, fascinating new theory of personality given to us by Carl Rogers, certainly labeled as the self theory or the person-centered theory or the person-centered approach or the client-centered approach in psychology. You'll enjoy it. You'll come across many concepts which are very interesting, fascinating, and which will capture your interest and curiosity throughout the lecture. I hope you like it, because this is one theory which interests 80% of the people most. So I think you'll like it. Now, before beginning with this new theory of personality, let us recap what we did in lecture number 20th. जनाब, lecture number 20th में, in lecture number 20, we were talking about Abraham Maslow's need theory of personality. और हमने ये कहा कि Abraham Maslow is a humanistic psychologist and his focus is basically on positive tendencies in individual, free choices that an individual is provided, and the concept of self-growth. So basically, according to Maslow, individual innately, inherently is good. It is society from where all aggressive, abnormal behavior is learned. So as a result of interacting with society, individual becomes aggressive, individual becomes abnormal. Now, it was basically Abraham Maslow who gave us a need theory of personality, a need theory of motivation. Now, in this need theory of motivation, he has given us a triangle, a pyramid of need. If you can see this triangle, basically, the lower level of the triangle has got the basic needs, survival needs, but as we go up this triangle, we come across the need of sexualization, self-actualization. Please keep in mind that one need is satisfied, another set of need will emerge, and when that need is satisfied, then the other would emerge. It should be kept in your mind that the base of the triangle or this pyramid is broad, and as we move up the top, it becomes narrow. So the thing is that majority of the individuals are in the process of self-actualization. They are in the initial stage of this need gratification hierarchy. And once when basic survival needs are satisfied, it is only then that an individual can use all the potentials that are there within him to the highest maximum level to reach the level of self-actualization. So for that particular purpose, we come across very few self-actualized individuals, such as Quaid-e-Azam, Imran Khan, Javed Miandar, or Abdul Sattar Eidi, and these are some of the few names from our culture who have been able to self-actualize. Dear students, we went through the basic concepts of humanistic psychology, जिसमें the focus is on integrated holistic approach, that is, an individual should be perceived as an integrated whole, rather than studying his behavior and personality into bits and pieces. The whole individual should be taken into account. उसके बाद हमने ये देखा था, we went through Maslow's hierarchical theory of motivation in detail. और इस theory में हमने देखा था कि at the first step are the physiological needs, then we have got the safety needs, at the third level is belongingness and love needs, self-esteem needs, and the last is self-actualization. और हमने ये कहा था कि first of all physiological needs will emerge on the surface, that is hunger, thirst, rest. So once these needs are satisfied, then safety needs would emerge. This would include physical safety, psychological safety. Once safety needs are satisfied, it is then that belongingness and love needs emerge. यानी पहले आपके सर्वाइवल नीड्स पूरी हो गई, जब वो सर्वाइवल नीड्स पूरी हुई उसके बाद तीसरे स्टेप के ऊपर आप you have a desire to have intimate and love relationship, to develop that bond. So belongingness and love need emerges. Once these needs are satisfied, the construct of self-esteem, prestige, regard, respect should be provided to the individual. और जब ये needs gratified हो गई तो फिर individual reaches the last step, and that is self-actualization. Using all the potentials, talents, capabilities, capacities that are there within the individual to the highest maximum level, and you are able to express yourself as a fully functioning individual. तो जब आप ये करें तो हम कहते हैं कि इंडिविजुअल हैज बीन एबल टू सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज. सो जब वो सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज कर रहे हैं तो ही इज अ पर्सन हु इज वेरी हैप्पी, हु इज वेरी सेटिस्फाइड एंड हु इज लीडिंग ए लाइफ विच इज एन एग्जाम्पल फॉर अदर्स एज वेल. उसके बाद जनाब हमने 15 कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स की थी ऑफ सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजिंग इंडिविजुअल्स, और हमने ये देखा था कि ये 15 कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हर उस इंडिविजुअल में वन हु इज एबल टू सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज्ड इज देयर. हमने आपके साथ डिफरेंशिएट किया था बिटवीन बेसिक नीड्स एंड मेटा नीड्स. हमने आपके साथ डिफरेंशिएट किया कि बेसिक नीड्स क्या है, मेटा नीड्स क्या है. बेसिक नीड्स रिफर टू योर सर्वाइवल नीड्स, यानी you get hungry, you get thirsty, you want comfort. Meta needs are when self-esteem is important, when regard is important, when there should be justice and order in the society, that is important. So one set of needs is responsible for your physical well-being, जिनको हम basic needs कह रहे हैं, और दूसरी सेट ऑफ नीड्स जो मेटा नीड्स हैं, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर योर साइकोलॉजिकल वेलबींग व्हेन यू हैव पीस एट माइंड. सो बोथ ऑफ दीज नीड्स आर इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द वेल बीइंग ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म और फॉर द वेल बीइंग ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल. जनाब हमने ये देखा था कि फॉर मैस्लो गोल ऑफ साइकोथेरेपी इज to put the person on the track or put the person on the road towards self-actualization. यानी एक इंडिविजुअल को उस डायरेक्शन और उस रोड और उस डायमेंशन की तरफ ले जाया जाए where he is able to self-actualize, when he is able to exploit, use, utilize his potentials, his capabilities, his talents to the maximum level. अब बात ये है कि ये जो सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजिंग इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, ये हरगिज दे आर नॉट एंजल्स, दे आर नॉट परफेक्ट, they also got certain imperfections in them. They are not angels, they are not perfect beings, but they are using their potentials and their talents in the best possible way. और हम यही चाहते हैं. When I'm saying Maslow wants the same, that you should also exploit and use all your potentials in the best possible way through self-actualization. Now, dear students, that is as far as our Maslow's need theory of personality was concerned. Today we are going to begin with you with another fabulous, very interesting approach, which is labeled as Rogers person-centered approach or client-centered approach और client-centered therapy के नाम से भी आप इसको जानते हैं और पढ़ते हैं. And another very interesting label, and that is self-theory of personality. So in this particular theory, the construct, the concept of self is very important. अब जनाब जब हम बात कर रहे हैं कार्ल रॉजर्स की, हम कुछ बेसिक चीजें पहले डिटरमिन कर लें. उसके बाद we are going to move in a sequential manner. We are going to discuss the biographical sketch. We are going to go through the core concepts. और इसमें बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें हैं जो आप इंजॉय करेंगे. और उसके बाद we are going to discuss certain concepts and constructs in today's lecture, and others leftover concepts will be discussed in the coming lecture, which will be following this one. So we'll try to cover them, and we'll try to take examples from your culture, from our own very personal environment. We are going to take examples. So let us see what this is. Phenomenological theory of personality is that a person's behavior is obtained through observation of his internal frame of reference. Why an individual thinks, feels and behaves in a given way, it is necessary to know how that person perceives and interprets the world. And humanistic view puts the emphasis on positive aspects of life, free choices and personal growth experiences. Number 3, actualizing tendency, an innate need to survive, grow and enhance one's self. And number 4, fully functioning person is Rogers' view of good life. It is a term used by Rogers to designate individuals who are using their capacities, talents and realizing their potentials. Dear students, we have focused on 4 things. Number 1, we are talking about phenomenological view of personality. The thing is how an individual perceives, thinks, behaves. That is important because every individual thinks, feels, behaves according to an internal frame of reference. That is how he or she perceives or sees reality and interprets or labels this reality. दूसरी इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज जिसके ऊपर रॉजर्स का बहुत फोकस है वो ह्यूमनिस्टिक पर्सपेक्टिव है. दैट इज we are born with certain free choices and there is self-growth experience in an individual. Number 3, he is talking about actualizing tendency. This actualizing tendency actually refers to an individual's innate need to survive, grow and sustain and enhance one's life. Or fourth important thing, fully functioning individual. Fully functioning individual is actually an individual who is using all his capacities, potentials and realizing his talents. अब जनाब हम बात कर रहे हैं कि there is an individual and how that individual thinks, feels, behaves. Every individual thinks, feels, behaves according to his internal frame of reference. पहली चीज हमने कहा internal frame of reference. दूसरी चीज हमने कहा every individual is born with free choices. तीसरी चीज हमने कहा actualizing tendency है. We have the capacity and potential to grow, to enhance our personality. And fourth important thing, very important, we should be using all our potentials, all our talents. Now let's take an example. in order to understand the personality of Pakistani students, I have to study their internal frame of reference and see how they think, feel and behave. So I have to put myself in their position and understand their personality. That is, I should have empathy. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' person-centered therapy और person-centered approach. और हमने ये कहा, in order to understand personality according to Rogerian point of view, we got to understand that every individual thinks, feels, behaves according to one's internal frame of reference. Internal frame of reference refers to where he exists. And where he exists, he is going to view every event from his internal frame of reference and he is going to interpret it according to his frame of reference. अब अगर मैं पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स की पर्सनैलिटी को समझना चाहती हूँ और उसे स्टडी करना चाहती हूँ, तो then I will have to utilize Pakistani students' frame of reference, internal frame of reference, and I am going to see how they think, how they feel, how they behave. So I am going to put myself in a student's internal frame of reference and I am going to try my best to observe and understand these students' psychology and personality by using his frame of reference, not my internal frame of reference. So I should be using empathy, putting myself in the position and trying to understand how the student thinks, feels and behaves. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी में लेक्चर नंबर 21. थ्योरी आप पढ़ें पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच और इस पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी में वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन कार्ल रॉजर्स सेल्फ थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी और हम ये देखना चाह रहे हैं कि फॉर रॉजर्स व्हेन वी आर टू स्टडी पर्सनैलिटी we should study personality by using an individual's internal frame of reference. And when we are using an individual's internal frame of reference, it is only then that we can understand how that individual thinks, feels, interprets reality according to himself. So dear students, we have focused on internal frame of reference of the individual. Number 2, humanistic view, that is we are born with certain free choices, we are free to choose and we should focus on self-growth experience. Number 3, that is actualizing tendency to grow, survive and enhance oneself. And number 5, fully functioning person, that is using your potentials, realizing your potentials and using them. Now let us go through some of the core concepts of Rogers. But before going to that part, there is a question for you now, and if you are very attentive and you are listening to this lecture as the one following this one, you will be able to reach the answer. I am not going to give you the answer now, but we'll discuss it in the end of the next coming lecture. Now the question is, Maslow's self-actualization and Rogers' fully functioning person are the same. You have to be attentive to get the answer. You got to put yourself down, listen and see if you can have the answer. So this question you'll get the answer in the next lecture. Now another question. Is Rogers a humanistic psychologist? Certainly Rogers is a humanistic psychologist. Now dear students, we'll be going through Rogers' biographical sketch और फिर बायोग्राफिकल स्केच के बाद हम ये देखेंगे कि उसने कितनी किताबें लिखी. We'll go through the core concepts which include actualizing tendency, Rogers' phenomenological position, concept of self, need for positive regard, conditions of worth. We'll be talking about unconditional positive regard, experience of threat and process of defense. और यहाँ पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे what do we mean by threat, what do we mean by anxiety. डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म्स की बात करेंगे and we'll give you a perspective of Carl Rogers, what Rogers says about defense mechanism. Fully functioning person, we'll talk about 5 characteristics of fully functioning person जिसमें हमारा फोकस होगा openness to experience, experiential living, organismic trusting, experiential freedom, creativity और साइकोलॉजिकल मैच्योरिटी. सो हम 5 कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आपके साथ डिस्कस करेंगे ऑफ फुली फंक्शनिंग पर्सन्स. वील गो थ्रू द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सेल्फ. इट वाज रॉजर्स एंड हिज कलीग एट शिकागो यूनिवर्सिटी who tried to measure the concept of self using the Q-sort technique. So we'll see what is this Q-sort technique. और किस तरह हम क्वांटिटेटिवली सेल्फ को मेजर करते हैं. विल टॉक अबाउट क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी और एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सपेक्टिव जो हमें और किसी पर्सनैलिटी थेरेपिस्ट ने नहीं दिया. विल गो थ्रू व्हाट इज साइकोथेरेपी एंड गार्डनिंग. जी, बागबानी यानी वो लोग जो बहुत ज्यादा पौधे लगाते हैं, दरख्तों की देखभाल करते हैं, उनकी मेंटल हेल्थ क्यों बहुत अच्छी होती है. विल ट्राई टू डिस्कवर द रीजन व्हाई गार्डनिंग इज सपोज्ड टू बी द बेस्ट हॉबी एन इंडिविजुअल कैन पोजेस. सो विल गिव यू द रीजन अकॉर्डिंग टू रॉजर्स व्हाई इट इज समथिंग वेरी गुड. उसके बाद हम ये देखेंगे इट वाज कार्ल रॉजर्स who for the first time permitted audio video recording of psychotherapy sessions. ये वो पहली बेसिस थी जहां पे रॉजर्स permitted the audio video recordings of psychotherapeutic sessions with his clients, and with the permission of certain clients these audio video recordings were made public. और इनका एडवांटेज ये था कि all those students who were trying to learn how to be a good therapist, to be a good analyst, they could take help from that. Or psychological interview or how an interview is conducted, well, one could get tips from there as well. Rapport development, किस तरह client और clinician के दरमियान एक अच्छी relationship किन factors से boost up होती है, well, you can get help from that. एक बहुत important contribution और जो सब students को Rogers बहुत पसंद आएगा और they'll be a big fan of Carl Rogers. He is talking about student-centered teaching. यानी उसका फोकस ये है कि सिलेबाई सेंटर्ड ना हो, टीचर का लफ्ज बीच से हटा देना चाहिए. टीचर जो है वो असल में एक फैसिलिटेटर है जो मवाद को, मटेरियल को स्टूडेंट के लिए प्रोवाइड करता है इन एन एनवायरनमेंट, इन एन एटमॉस्फेयर ऑफ फैसिलिटेशन, so that learning could become conducive. So he is giving a very noble, a very crisp, a very nice concept, because he was very much critical of the American education system and he was not satisfied with it. So he gave student-centered teaching program. उसके बाद जनाब हम देखेंगे कि we'll try to evaluate his theory और बिल्कुल एंड पे हम इसकी थ्योरी की एप्लीकेशंस देखेंगे जो कि बहुत सारे एरियाज में है. Dear students, we will be beginning with a very interesting approach and I hope you will enjoy it. A phenomenological theory of personality. Phenomenology is the study of individual subjective experience, feelings and private concepts as well as his or her personal views of world and self. Rogers is a phenomenologist. For Rogers, behavior is utterly dependent on how one perceives the world. That is, behavior is the result of immediate events as they are perceived and interpreted by the individual. Such an approach to personality emphasizes the self and its characteristics. Rogers' theory is often referred to as a self-theory of personality. For him, the best vantage point for understanding behavior is from the internal frame of reference of the individual himself. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' phenomenological theory of personality और हमने ये कहा कि basically the focus over here is on subjective experiences, feelings, behavior of an individual and how an individual perceives and interprets the world. और इसमें फोकस जो है वो इंडिविजुअल के इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस पे है. Rogers' theory is also referred as the self theory of personality because how an individual perceives reality, how an individual interprets this reality is important. So if we want to understand the personality of an individual, we got to use his internal frame of reference in order to understand his behavior. तो अगर मैं आपके किरदार को और आपके बिहेवियर को समझना चाहती हूँ तो फिर मुझे आपका इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस यूज करना पड़ेगा जिसमें मैं ये देखूंगी हाउ अटरली डिपेंडेंट यू आर ऑन योर एनवायरनमेंट एंड नंबर 2 I am going to see how you perceive and interpret reality. Let's go through the biographical sketch of Carl Rogers. Carl Ransom Rogers was born in January 8, 1902 in Oak Park, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. He was the fourth of 6 children. His father was a civil engineer and a contractor who achieved financial success in his profession. So the family was economically secure throughout Rogers' childhood and early youth. Rogers has written several books on counseling and personality, including number 1 on becoming a person, a therapist view of psychotherapy, 1961, Freedom to Learn, a view of what education might become in 1969, Carl Rogers on encounter groups, 1970, Number 4, Becoming Partners, Marriage and Its Alternatives, 1972, and Carl Rogers on Personal Power in 1977. His autobiography appears in A History of Psychology in Autobiography. Carl Rogers is unquestionably one of the most influential American psychologists. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' biographical sketch and we see that he was born in 1902 in Chicago, in suburbs of Chicago. He came from a family which was financially secure. So his childhood and his youth were where he never had any financial problem. Now, he wrote a number of books. और सबसे अहम बात ये कि when he was studying in college, he was pursuing studies in agriculture. सबसे पहले वो agriculture पढ़ रहा था and then from agriculture he shifted towards psychology. Now he had an experience and opportunity to visit Far East. उसको एक ऐसा मौका मिला जिसमें उसे अपने कॉलेज स्टडीज के दौरान फार ईस्ट जाना पड़ा और यहाँ जब वो इस ट्रिप के ऊपर गया तो he had an opportunity to meet people from different cultures and different backgrounds. And it was here that he developed his concept that every individual sees, interprets reality according to his or her internal frame of reference. So we come across a person who had a very illustrious career and who wrote a number of books related to different areas, not just psychology, to education and certainly to psychotherapy. So आपको psychology, personality development से related books मिलती हैं, आपको मैरिटल एरिया से रिलेटेड बुक्स मिलती हैं, आपको चाइल्ड एरिया से मिलती हैं, आपको एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड मिलती हैं. सो यू कैन सी दैट हाउ लस्ट्रस ही वाज. ही enjoyed a position which no other American psychologist enjoys. He is the most influential American psychologist. On the basis of his clinical experience, Rogers has concluded that the innermost core of human nature is essentially purposive, forward-moving, constructive, realistic, and quite trustworthy. He regards the person as an active force of energy oriented towards future goals and self-directed purposes rather than a creature pushed and pulled by forces beyond his or her control. Roger contends that Christianity has nourished the belief that man is innately evil and sinful. Moreover, this negative view of humanity has been reinforced by Freud, who presented a portrait of person with an id and unconscious. And according to this view, humanity is basically and fundamentally irrational, unsocialized, selfish and destructive of selves and others. Rogers agrees that people occasionally expresses a variety of bitter, bizarre and antisocial actions. When people are functioning fully, they are free to experience and to satisfy their inner natures. They show themselves to be positive and rational creatures, those that can be trusted to live in harmony with themselves and others. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' theory of personality. और हमने ये कहा कि due to his long clinical practice, Rogers was able to conclude that all of us are purposive, trustworthy, creative, and forward-moving. And he says that it is the Christianity and Sigmund Freud who are portraying a negative image of human beings who are sinful, who are evil, who are destructive. So for Rogers, all human beings are creative, purposive, forward-moving. हाँ, वो ये जरूर कहता है कि occasionally they are sinful, they are destructive, they are evil. But when they are functioning fully, when they have an atmosphere and environment where their inner natures can be expressed, well, all of them want to live in harmony, peace with one another. So basically, Rogers is painting a very optimistic, bright picture of all human beings. On the other hand, it was Freud who was painting a very negative, pessimistic picture of human beings, जिसमें फोकस उसका था इट पे और अनकॉन्शियस पे. और यहाँ पर हमारे पास रॉजर्स कह रहे हैं कि नहीं, वी आर पर्पसिव, वी आर ट्रस्टवर्दी एंड वी आर फ्यूचरिस्टिक. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट पास्ट, वी आर नॉट मूविंग एंड कंट्रोल्ड बाय इम्पल्सेस ऑफ द इट, बल्कि हम सब एक दूसरे के साथ हार्मनी और पीस में रहना चाहते हैं. रॉजर्स हैज अ प्रोफाउंड and almost religious sense of respect for human nature. He thinks that human organism has a natural tendency to move in the direction of differentiation, self-responsibility, cooperation and maturity. The expression of this basic nature, according to Rogers, allows for the continuation and enhancement of the individual and species. So, all of us want to live in peace and harmony. So, by nature, innately, we are purposive, forward-moving, and we want to live in harmony with one another. So, जनाब, ये तो जहाँ तक आया आपका internal frame of reference, और जहाँ तक आपका आया कि how you perceive reality, how you see things in the world, and how you interpret them. Second important concept, actualizing tendency as life's master motive. According to Rogers, all behavior is energized and directed by a single unitary motive which he calls the actualizing tendency. Certain definitive characteristics mark the actualizing tendency. First, it is rooted in the physiological process of the entire body. It is a biological fact, not a psychological tendency. At an organic level, this inborn tendency involves not only the maintenance of organisms by meeting deficiency needs like air, food, and water, but also the enhancement of the organism by providing for development and differentiation of body's organs and functions, and its growth and continual regeneration. Of even greater significance for human personality is the motivating force which the actualizing tendency provides for increased autonomy, self-reliance, for enlarging one's field of experience, and for being creative. So for Rogers maintains that actualizing tendency is common to all forms of life. It is characteristic not only of human beings or only of animals but of all living beings. It is the essence of life. बात आपसे हो रही है एक्चुअलाइजिंग टेंडेंसी की और हमने कहा इट इज द मास्टर मोटिव अकॉर्डिंग टू कार्ल रॉजर्स. नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज फिजियोलॉजिकल इन नेचर एंड नॉट साइकोलॉजिकल. सो आपका जो सर्वाइवल है वो इसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. एन इंडिविजुअल्स नीड फॉर सर्वाइवल टू ग्रो एंड टू एनहांस वन सेल्फ इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन एक्चुअलाइजिंग टेंडेंसी. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट मोटिव और इसीलिए रॉजर्स इसे मास्टर मोटिव कह रहे हैं. Dear students, we got to realize that according to Rogers, he is talking about actualizing tendency and Maslow is talking about self-actualization. Actualizing tendency is using all the energy and this energy for your survival, for your growth, for enhancing yourself. और जो एक्चुअलाइजेशन है, सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन है मैस्लो का, वो कॉन्सेप्ट ये है कि यू गॉट टू यूज रियलाइज ऑल योर पोटेंशियल्स टू द हाईएस्ट मैक्सिमम लेवल. रॉजर्स की एक्चुअलाइजिंग टेंडेंसी इज फिजियोलॉजिकल इन नेचर. मैस्लो का self actualization is realizing potentials, something else, two different things. The third important concept that we'll talk about with you is Rogers' phenomenological position. Phenomenological position holds what is real to an individual within that person's internal frame of reference or subjective world, including individual's perceptions. Experiences not only constitute that person's realities, but his or her actions, and one responds to events in accordance with how one perceives and interprets them. For example, a thirsty man stranded in the desert will run as eagerly to a pool of water that is a mirage as to a real pool. Similarly, two people observing an identical set of circumstances may later recall two very different outcomes, which is often the case with eyewitness accounts of unidentified flying objects, traffic accidents, and other unexpected events. One important implication of a phenomenological theory of personality is that the best understanding of a person's behavior is obtained through observation of his or her internal frame of reference. To explain why an individual thinks, feels, and behaves in a given way, it is necessary to know how that person perceives and interprets the world. So, subjective experience is thus the key to understanding behavior, and this means that the most important object of psychological study is a person's subjective experiences, because these experiences alone are the ultimate causal agents of behavior. Rogers has a holistic view of personality, that a person behaves as an integrated organism, and that his or her unity cannot be derived from reductionist approaches to behavior. So Rogers is committed to a holistic point of view it is manifested in practically every facet of his thought. Dear students, we are talking to you about Rogers' third important construct, that is related with using internal frame of reference. Now, it's very important that what is reality, how individual perceives and experiences reality. Now, basically, Rogers has a point of view that how you perceive reality is important. For example, a person who's stranded in a desert, to him, a mirage is there. ठीक है जी, और वो उसे लगता है मिराज, there's a pool of water. A thirsty man who's stranded in a desert, उसको एक pool of water नजर आता है, which is actually a mirage. So how he sees and interprets and experiences reality. Very important thing, two persons going through the same event comes up with different interpretations. और ये वो होता है कि जब किसी भी unexpected event, एक्सीडेंट या फिनोमेना से रिलेटेड आप एविडेंस मांगते हैं, टू पीपल हैव गॉन थ्रू इट, येट टू आर कमिंग अप विथ टू डिफरेंट स्टोरीज. सो हाउ यू परसीव रियलिटी, हाउ यू सी रियलिटी एंड हाउ यू इंटरप्रेट इट is important. Number 2, Rogers is basically a holistic personality psychologist. Instead of dissecting or reducing behavior into bits and pieces, he is talking about giving an integrated, holistic perspective of behavior of personality. तो आपको हर एंगल से रॉजर एक holistic personality theorist नजर आते हैं. Fourth important construct, and that is concept of self. Who am I anyway? The self is the most important construct in Rogers' theory of personality. The conscious perceptions and values of the concept I or me or mine. The self concept denotes individual's conception of the kind of person he or she is. This self-concept is one's image of oneself. Especially included are awareness of being what I am and awareness of function, what I can do. Example, what I am a young, energetic individual with potential to excel in areas of communication. What I can do, I am best suited for teaching and counseling. The self-concept includes not only one's perception of what one is like, but also what one thinks one ought to be and would like to be. This latter component of self is called the ideal self. The ideal self represents the self-concept that the individual would most like to possess. It is basically equivalent to superego in Freudian theory. Real self, my real self concept includes my perception of what I am actually like. Ideal self, the ideal self is I would most like to possess. It is basically equivalent to the superego in Freudian theory. Example, real self, I am a university teacher with some above average potential for teaching. Ideal self, I would like to be a perfect teacher and communicator like my father. Dear students, we are talking to you about the fourth important construct given to us by Rogers, and that is the construct and concept of self. Now, self is all those things related to I or me or mine. वो सारे experiences, वो सारे behaviors related to the construct of I, me or mine is from where the concept of self emerges. अब self की जब हम बात करते हैं जनाब, तो दो चीजों पे फोकस कीजिए. एक है real self और एक है ideal self. The real self is what you are, what your potentials, capabilities are. Ideal self is what you want to be, what you aspire to become. एग्जाम्पल उसमें मैंने आपके लिए लिया है कि आई एम अ यूनिवर्सिटी टीचर विद सम अबव एवरेज पोटेंशियल फॉर टीचिंग. और आइडियल सेल्फ क्या होगा? आई वुड लाइक टू बी ए परफेक्ट टीचर एंड कम्युनिकेटर लाइक माई फादर. सो आई आइडियलाइज माई फादर इन बीइंग ए परफेक्ट टीचर, ए परफेक्ट कम्युनिकेटर. I want to be in his footsteps. I want to be as perfect in teaching and communication skills like my father. So मैंने कहा concept of I जो है, me जो है या mine जो है, that reflects yourself. और इसके दो हिस्से हैं, एक है जो आपका real self, what you actually are और what your potentials are, और दूसरी तरफ है जो आप बनना चाहते हैं, हासिल करना चाहते हैं, aspire करना चाहते हैं, and that is the ideal self. Rogers says when the self is first formed, the organismic valuing process begins. In other words, the child evaluates each new experiences in terms of whether it facilitates or impedes his or her innate actualizing tendency. For instance, hunger, thirst, cold, pain, and sudden loud noises are negatively valued since they interfere with the maintenance of biological integrity. Food, water, security, and love are positively valued. They favor the enhancement of organismic tendency. Organismic valuing process is a monitoring system that keeps the infant on the proper course of need satisfaction. Infants evaluate their experiences according to whether or not they like them, whether they are pleasing or displeasing. Such evaluations result from their spontaneous responses to direct experiences, that is, they are completely natural. Now, dear students, we are talking to you about the concept of self, और हमने कहा कि the self is first formed using the organismic valuing process. ऑर्गेनिज्मिक वैल्यूइंग प्रोसेस जो है जनाब, ये एक ऐसा सेल्फ मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम है जो हर इंडिविजुअल के अंदर मौजूद है, और असल में ये वो सिस्टम है जो ये देखता है कि वो कौन से एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं जो आपको फैसिलिटेट करते हैं आपके सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट की डेवलपमेंट में, और वो कौन से एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं जो डिसप्लीजिंग है या वो आपके सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट के डेवलपमेंट में दे आर अ हिंड्रेंस और दे आर डिसप्लीजिंग फॉर द इंडिविजुअल. सो वो सारी चीजें सच एज हंगर, थर्स्ट, कोल्ड, पेन and sudden loud noises are evaluated negatively. They are not good in the development of the self concept. और फूड, वाटर, रेस्ट, लव, एप्रिसिएशन, रिवॉर्ड, दूसरे जब आपकी बहुत तारीफ करते हैं, आप नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, लेकिन इट्स शेयर म्यूजिक टू योर ईयर्स, आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है, एंड दैट इज प्लीजिंग एंड दैट एड्स टू योर सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' fourth important personality construct, and that is self. एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग, एक बहुत दिलचस्प कॉन्सेप्ट, नीड फॉर पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड. Roger contends that all person possesses a basic need to experience attitudes such as warmth, respect, admiration, love, acceptance from significant people in their lives. This need for positive regard develops as an awareness of self as self emerges, and it is pervasive and persistent. It is first seen in the infant's need to be loved and cared for, and is subsequently reflected in the person's satisfaction when approved by others and frustration when disapproved. Roger indicates that positive regard may either be learned or innately given to all persons, although he prefers the former explanation, that is, it is a secondary learned motive. Need for positive regard. Every individual desires to be respected, loved, admired. Now there is a tendency in all of us. So हम कहते हैं कि there is need for positive regard. हम सब की ये ज़रूरत है कि वी शुड गेट पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड, लव, एडमिरेशन फ्रॉम सिग्निफिकेंट अदर्स. सबसे पहले तो सिग्निफिकेंट अदर्स से मिले, यानी इस सिग्निफिकेंट अदर्स में आपकी फैमिली आएगी, आपके पेरेंट्स आएंगे, आपके सिबलिंग्स आएंगे, आपके पियर्स आएंगे, और फिर व्हेन यू ग्रो अप एंड व्हेन यू एंटर अदर सिचुएशंस यू नीड पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड फ्रॉम अदर्स एज वेल. यानी नेबरहुड में भी आपको पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड चाहिए, आपको अपने क्लब या सोसाइटी जो आपने ज्वाइन किए उसमें भी पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड चाहिए. सो इट्स अ नीड, रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एवरी इंडिविजुअल टू बी लव्ड, टू बी एडमायर्ड, टू बी टेकन केयर ऑफ. अब बात यूं है कि for Rogers, need for positive regard is very essential, very important. Dear students, today we have began with you a very interesting, a very fabulous, a very crisp and simple theory of personality that is labeled as Carl Rogers person-centered approach or Carl Rogers person-centered therapy or self-therapy of Rogers. अभी इसमें जनाब बेशुमार इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट्स और कंस्ट्रक्ट्स मौजूद हैं जिनके ऊपर आपसे बात होगी और we'll try to discuss every concept with an example from your culture. I hope you have enjoyed listening to it. Please go through the PowerPoint slides and the Word document that is available on the web page of the course Personality Psychology. Take excellent care of yourself. Do keep in touch. Do write to us if you have any question. Up till then, it's Khuda Hafiz from the Virtual University Studio.